This is the Shotgun City Sheriff, the law himself, Clayton Clark.
This is the young Titan, Aaron Atlas.
Hey, this is Matt Brannigan.
This is the war-bound hellhound, Bo Sword.
This is your favorite drunken pro wrestler, a.k.a. the Bud Light brawler, Dalton Davis.
This is Lizzie Six.
This is Jake Something.
And this is the jaw-jacking, back-cracking, God-created all men equal, and then he made me the sequel, Rohit Raju, and you are listening to the Spot Show Podcast.
Spot Show Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast.
Spot Show Podcast. Hell yeah.
The Spot Show Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast? Yeah, that's right, I stuttered. Shut up.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spot Show Podcast, a professional wrestling podcast, not about professional wrestling. I, of course, am one of your hosts, the Dr. Seuss of the commentary booth, Mr. Dickie Wabash, joined as always by... well, no one, because I'm here by myself right now. The one-legged wonder, Mr. Michael Madrox, is not here for this little bit. Basically, this is me telling you that this is a special edition of the Spot Show Podcast. This isn't going to be your standard Spot Show. This is going to be something a little bit different. Basically, what we're going to be doing here as a thank you and a Christmas gift to everyone here on the standard Spot Show podcast feed, we are going to be giving you an episode of Paid Show completely free. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with Paid Show, well, then you're just not paying attention. Basically, Paid Show is our bonus show that you can get on Patreon by backing us at the $5 and above tier. Essentially, it's just extra Spot Show. And maybe you're not on the Patreon because you just aren't really sure if it would be for you. Go ahead and take this as a little sample ski. You know what I mean? Maybe if you like this paid show that we're going to be putting up here, maybe you listen to it and you can think, hey, you know what? This is something that I would like to hear more of. I think we've picked a pretty good little paid show to put up for free for everyone for the holidays. This is last week's episode of Paid Show, and a lot happened on this paid show. So that is why we have decided to make this the free one. Basically, for those of you that are not in the know, there has been a war brewing in Mad Bash over the last few weeks, and it's mostly been on Paid Show, where Michael Madrox has been throwing jabs at Dalton Davis because, honestly, I'm not really quite sure of his motive sometimes, you know what I mean? But essentially, this all boils down to, after a wrestling show, we all went to Applebee's, and Dalton Davis and Clayton Clark ordered the all-you-can-eat boneless wings. Well, Madrox made a claim that Dalton only had one plate, and so he was like, what's the point in doing all-you-can-eat wings if you're only going to eat one plate? So boy, did that trigger Dalton. So various jabs have been thrown on social media. We actually cold called Dalton on this episode of Paid Show, and a challenge was laid out that you're really going to want to hear whenever it gets thrown out there by Dalton. So yeah, again, this is a little Patreon preview of what you get from Paid Show. We're not going to put any sponsors on this episode, no ad reads, nothing like that. As a Christmas gift to you. Remember, we're not going to be uploading an episode next week. So if you're wondering where your podcast is in your podcast feed next week, well, this is why. So with that being said, I know we're still a couple of days out, but I don't know when you're going to be listening to this. Hell, you could save it until after Christmas to listen to. From everyone at Mad Bash, to you, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. You know, this has been our first year of doing Mad Bash, and we've grown a lot. You're actually going to hear us talk a little bit about that also on this Paid Show. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to me. This is episode number 17 of Paid Show. Yeah, we've done 17 of these things over on the Patreon. Again, this is a little bit of a preview for what we offer over on patreon.com/Mad Studios. You can get Spot Show completely ad-free. You get access to Paid Show. We're nearing 100 hours worth of content over on the Patreon. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to past Dickie Wabash. And I hope that you enjoy this edition of Paid Show as a little preview ski. And again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a very, very Happy New Year. On December 7th at approximately 6:24 p.m., Mad Bash Wrestling has released Dalton Davis with cause from his Mad Bash Wrestling contract. Never in all of my years attending a restaurant have I ever felt threatened for my life and for my well-being as I have with Mr. Davis. Brother, you have started a shitstorm. Do you understand the shitstorm that you... We're joking, by the way, but brother, you got Dalton so hot under the collar with your comments about
just because I don't agree with Applebee's and their fucking chicken nuggets.
I don't necessarily know if he's mad about the Applebee's thing or if he's mad about you calling boneless wings chicken nuggets. Hang on, we're gonna do something right now.
We're gonna call Dalton Davis.
Yeah, we've never done anything like this before because usually the call just comes in.
Yodi.
Hey, Dalton Davis, you're live on the Paid Show podcast right now. How are you this evening?
I'm doing good. Let me pause this Shawn Michaels documentary so we don't get caught with copyright.
Oh, so you're watching a Shawn Michaels documentary. That's cool. Hey, so yeah. we have a legitimate question for you. Are you mad at Madrox because he doesn't like Applebee's or because he thinks boneless wings are just glorified chicken nuggets?
That's a great question, Dickie Wabash. I think that I am hurt, I am tired, and I work with a fuck who doesn't like Applebee's. And that's what really hurts me, you know? Just like seeking opportunity and a great time, you know? And Madrox just has to shit on my hopes and dreams. So
And I know I shouldn't have said no comment whenever I was asked about that in an interview. I know this is a learning process and we're all trying to run a company here.
Yeah, it makes sense. Now, you know, I think that there's a lot of potential here, but what's done is done, you know? You got Madrox walking around with a big empty head. You got you trying to say that Chavez is superior when it's not. It's okay. I'm not hurt. I'm just disappointed.
Okay, no, listen, I am all for you. So for those of you that are listening, there is a burrito place here in our hometown of Terre Haute that is called Chavez. And I'm all for you not liking Chavez. I'm not going to force anything on my friends. But the thing that annoys me about it is that you have chosen the weirdest hill to die on, that the reason you don't like it is because of the rice.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't care for the rice, you know? You know what else is a weird hill to die on?
What's that?
Endless wings, Madrox. You hear that?
I never agreed to die on this hill, Parker. I love you with all my heart, but I cannot be the person that wants to sit there and say, hey, let's go to Applebee's for dinner.
Could you hear him?
Yeah, what's so wrong with Apple? You want to go to... There is no Waffle House in Terre Haute, so we're fucked there, Billy.
That is true. If we had a Waffle House, it'd be game over.
Yeah, if it'd be a Waffle House, we could all get biscuits and gravy and make us a man. We wouldn't be in this predicament.
I think that's why I don't like Applebee's. They do not serve biscuits and gravy.
So what, take this whole bit out of it, because let's be point blank honest here. And because my humble opinion, Applebee's is fine. I'm fine with it. It's not my favorite, but I don't hate it. There is nothing better than after a show getting breakfast, in my opinion.
Agree.
Yeah, I could agree with that to a certain extent.
Okay, so we can find common ground in that then, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Well, sir.
Dalton Davis, before we let you go,
Oh, yep.
I would like to publicly extend the olive branch and say after the next show, Denny's or IHOP. We could go back to basics, eat our biscuits and gravy, and become men once more.
Well, see, Dickie and his cardigan ruined IHOP for me in Clydesdale.
So we've never told that story before. But...
Yeah, we're not going to either.
Well,
Clay could kill me.
I'm just gonna make the one simple comment of how I got strawberry syrup on my cardigan, and I go, oh, I got syrup on my cardigan, and then Clayton just slams both hands on the table, and then slowly looks at Dalton and goes, "Did you just hear this motherfucker?"
Yeah. As far as Denny's goes, I'll have to think on it. It's just Denny's is a little bit too new wave for me. You know, like I'm not with the whole.
I get it.
Yeah,
But
I feel like we need to leave Denny's in the past. Denny's.
I wish we could go to Sunrise Cafe, but they closed that shit down.
It's not out of the realm of possibilities, but I'm just saying that, like, me and Clydesdale are kind of on the same page. What other restaurant can you walk into besides Applebee's and order the Dwayne?
Oh, you know what? That might be the trump card right there, Madrox.
You think so?
Yeah, is that even though I don't drink and you don't really drink too much, Applebee's does offer the Rock branded cocktails.
That is true.
So, you know, it's I'm just saying the Dwayne was pretty good. Me and Clydesdale. Drunk Justice puts the stamp of approval on the Dwayne. So yeah, that's
Maybe I should just come down to Dalton's level here, and I should order the endless wings so we could have a little contest.
You want to fucking lose, kid?
Oh,
I just got a shirt that said, "You got 8 seconds till you're in the dirt." I'll wear it.
I'm just saying.
Wait a minute. Hang
a
on
friendly
here.
little competition.
Are we getting a gauntlet thrown down right now that Michael Madrox wants to have a boneless wing eating competition with Dalton Davis?
Yeah. First of all, book that shit. Second of all, since we're on a public forum right now, I just want to call Madrox out on his bullshit real quick.
I thought that we
Madrox,
were on OK Serbs.
The last time that we were on there, or you talked about the wings and whatnot, you misinformed the great people of Mad Bash. You said, and I quote, Dalton Davis gets 1 refill and he's done. That is 100% a lie, and I have Clydesdale to back me up for it.
Okay, you got 1.5.
No, my ass. Clayton Clark got 1.5 because he took his shit home. I had 2, and then when Clayton asked for a to-go box, I asked for a refill.
Okay.
Now that's working.
So are we saying it right now, whether it be at Applebee's or be wherever, we are doing a boneless wing, which it is paining me to call them boneless wings. They're glorified chicken nuggets.
Watch your whore mouth.
So we are doing a boneless wing eating competition between Dalton Davis and Michael Madrox.
Yeah, and just to up the pot, dude, I'll put my career on the line.
I don't know if we want to go that far. So here's the question, though: Are we doing it timed, or is it going to be how many can you eat sort of thing?
How many you can eat?
You know what JD says? If you go in somewhere, like for Applebee's, for example, he likes to say this a lot. It's endless wings. You can be there all day. All you got to do is bring a phone charger. So,
all right.
Yeah.
So I say that we work out the logistics of this, and I say for the $5 tier exclusively, we have a boneless wing eating competition, honey barbecue, because that's just or a flavor to be agreed upon.
I think they only do 2 flavors.
No, that's the beautiful thing about endless wings that Madrox just decides he wants to skip over. They have multiple different flavors. You can get whatever the hell you want. Garlic parm, mild, hot.
I'm trying to find a
uniform
thing that we can agree on, so that someone, I'm not saying that this would happen, but someone could like make the argument of like, oh, well, their sauce was different than mine, so that gave them an edge or something like that.
I mean, this is fair.
So you see where I'm coming from. Like, what sauce do you typically go with? The barbecue?
Yeah, honey barbecue, because I don't have a fucking stomach lining. Thanks, government.
Okay, that's fair. So then I say we just do simple honey barbecue, whether we do this at Applebee's or whether we do this on our own, where we just do it ourselves, wherever. We'll figure out the logistics some other time. AKA, will Applebee's let us film in their restaurant? Probably not. And I say that we settle this once and for all. I say we see who can. Now, I don't think we need to go to the extreme of putting careers on the line here, but we definitely got to think of some things, some stakes to put on the line here.
Okay. All right. Well, I got one for you.
Okay.
If Dalton Davis loses, okay, he will no longer bitch about not being able to go to Applebee's after a show.
Okay,
But
I'm okay with
if
that
Dalton
because
Davis wins, we are going to Applebee's after every HCW show for a year.
how about this? I like where you're going with that. I agree. If Dalton Davis wins, we go to Applebee's after every HCW show in Terre Haute. But if Michael Madrox wins, we go to Chavez after every HCW show for the year.
Okay.
Deal?
Deal.
All right, it's on.
And that means you cannot go next door to order food either.
And that means that you cannot go next door to Patty Shack. You have to eat at Chavez.
That shit's fucking disgusting, but okay.
Well, maybe we would get disgusted by Applebee's. You never know. I'm not saying that I am. I'm content with whatever goes down here. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, Madrox is talking shit about Applebee's. And he likes Chavez. You're talking shit about Chavez. You like Applebee's. So I think that that's what we do here, brother.
I'm just saying, you never heard Arn Anderson say, let's go to Chavez after a wrestling show. But you definitely heard Arn Anderson say, let's go to Applebee's.
Oh.
And you know I'm holding up the floor.
If I wasn't holding a microphone in one hand and a phone in the other, I would be holding up the floor as well. Technically I am. But yeah, I have my thumb resting on the phone. All right. Well, Dalton, this was a constructive phone call. So I say that everyone stays tuned to the Patreon, and we're going to try to make this happen. Maybe not this year, but early next year, so that we can really get something going here.
It's just really sad that I had to ask publicly for my release at 9:44 a.m. for it to come to this.
Yeah, we are not granting you your release, but I think that we've made good with you. We've both come to a mutual understanding, and I feel like that moving forward, we are going to... Oh, and here's the other little caveat, too, is that after this, bitching cannot take place whenever we go to said places.
I control myself. All right?
Okay.
But I'm just letting you know, I got to win. I got to win for Clydesdale, because if you tell him that he can't get the Dwayne anymore, it's going to be shit.
No, I'll tell you what Clydesdale will do. He'll just go on his own. He'll just be like, fuck you guys.
I mean, this is fair. This is fair.
So
at least there was no shit being talked about a Tweety Burger, because it would.
Oh, you can't talk shit
about Tweety Burger.
You can't talk shit about a Tweety Burger, bro. That's the good shit.
I say we just go get Tweety Burgers after every show and call it a day.
What is he running his big goofy mouth about?
You just are so hostile, Parker. He just said, I say we just settle and go get Tweety Burgers after every show.
I'm sorry, Dustin.
All right. Well, on that note, enjoy your Shawn Michaels documentary, and we're going to get back.
Sent it to me, so I'm going to get off here. He's asking for my critiques on it.
Who sent it to you?
My bad. You don't know him as Sean Higginbottom. Shawn Michaels.
Okay. He just wants to get your thoughts on it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
He sent it to me and Jay Silva.
Okay. All right. Now that's working, kid.
It is.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good night, and probably talk to you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Now that's how you get shit done right there. You just cold call people and you just work it up. So do you have pure confidence that you can actually beat him.
Dude, I'll start stretching my stomach today.
So you're going to start doing like calisthenics and shit to get ready.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, look at this. That's my exercise right there, baby.
For those of you, obviously,
Plate to the mouth.
This is an audio listening platform. He is just moving his right arm back and forth to his mouth because he is eating. So, like, no, like, you really, in all honesty, do you think you could do it?
Yeah.
So, what's your technique going to be? Are you going to fast all day? But no, you know what, though? We maybe don't want to talk about your technique. We don't really want to throw that out
my
there.
secrets.
Yeah, you don't want to give away secrets. Man, that's
I'm
true.
just saying, bro. I used to be close to 500 pounds. I can put it away.
Yeah. I've seen you eat some food. And to be fair, I've also seen Dalton Davis eat some food. So I feel like what's going to happen is...
I think Dalton's stomach lining is going to be his downfall.
Yes, I agree, because he has a condition. You know, he was sick when he was a child, so he's got pre-existing conditions. I think what's going to hurt Dalton in this, though, is how much he decides to spend on the hot bar before we do this. We have to be sure that he doesn't go to the hot bar. But
I'm giving him a gift card for the hot bar beforehand, bro.
Oh, that's it. That's dirty. That's dirty, underhanded tactics.
Or is it just nice friend taking care of my boy?
That's you trying to get an upper hand in this competition, brother. And I got to tell you, what is it that win if you must, lose if you must, but always cheat? Is that how it goes?
Yes.
Something like that?
Something Bobby the Brain Heenan said.
Yep. Man, so now we just got to figure out the logistics of this, but I think that this does happen. I don't
even care if we go get dino nuggets and bake them here.
It's official. I mean, we do it. Like, we figure out like a time and a place, and we record it. We release the little video on Patreon for everybody.
You want a new content, Dickie? There you go.
There we go. Content, Dickie. Content. So yeah, man. What a good little cliffhanger to leave the people on for the last paid show of the year. I love it. Love it.
We're ending it like that?
No, we're not ending it.
Okay.
I'm just, because we're nowhere near our time, but I'm just saying, like, damn, that's really something to leave them on right there.
I think this is the paid show you put up for free.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just for that little part right there.
Yeah, I agree. So for those of you that are, whether you be on the Patreon or you're hearing this for free when it gets released, let us know whether you're Team Madrox or Team Dalton. We're going to need to know this. We're going to get it right down the middle. We are going to get Team Madrox or Team Dalton. You poured and spilled Dr. Pepper all down yourself, and it is hilarious to me. Dude, you're just getting sloppy to get ready, because this is going to be sloppy.
I need to go get me like a white t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
And just start only eating in it and making sure I drop grease and food from everything I eat on it.
Yeah.
Just so the smell emulates that I'm that much of a badass.
Oh, that is badass. I also think that the loser has to look at the winner and say, I'm your bitch and you're my daddy. But that's just the Ready to Rumble mark in me. You
I'm
know
okay
what
for
I mean?
it.
Yeah. But so yeah, man. Outside of Big Stupid Popcorn for this month, this is our last recording together for the year. We aren't going to be doing anything anymore. How's that make you feel?
You say that we're not going to be doing anything, but we're still going to be doing shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this format.
It's kind of depressing, man, because like this is taking over our lives for this year.
I mean, there's always going to be something to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've got a lot of stuff cooking behind the scenes that I know you've been working on, which, you know, we're looking for some pretty big announcements next year. Don't really want to tease anything, but because that's just not what we are. We're not. I don't talk about something until it's 99% done. 99.99 repeating percent done. The only thing I've done that with is Coal Miner's Glove, and I've not even, as of this recording, I've not even started work on Coal Miner's Glove, and that's going to be like my big thing. That is which segues into my. So what are you going to do with the time off? Because you don't have to worry about recording. Like, do you have anything in mind? I'll start. I got to work on Coal Miner's Glove. I still got to edit a few podcasts, shit like that. And I'm still clanging and banging, making some graphic designs and logos and stuff too.
I mean, for myself, it's just whatever you need me to do behind the scenes. I got a Axmas coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
With LLE. And then I think we're going to Signal 10.
Oh, yeah, we are going to Signal 10 to cheer the brothers on, which that's another, let's talk about that, where we got some pretty good weekends coming up with the brothers, where even though we're not going to be recording or anything, really, we still don't have
a free weekend.
We still got one big thing coming up that we're going to be recording, and that is, of course, unless you head on over to, no, saying unless, of course, just triggered me and I had to go into the spiel. Clayton Clark's Christmas Vacation.
You excited for this one?
Dude, I'm so excited. By the time this goes up, we have not filmed it yet. But I have been on the phone with, we've established, I talk to Clayton and Dalton almost every day, but I've been on the phone with Clayton, and we've been planning out what this, because Whiskey and Warrants always put on incredible specials, but now that we're teaming up all of us together, Whiskey and Warrants, Mad Bash, which Whiskey and Warrants are a part of Mad Bash,
it's just going to be bigger.
Yeah. So basically the way that this is going, this is behind the scenes stuff that is like little minor shit that people probably don't really care about, but I'm directing the special. Clayton and I have kind of written it together. I'm going to be editing it. I said, what all do you want? And he said, I trust your vision. He said, you and I are kind of on the same level for what we want from this. I'm going to tell you one thing about Clydesdale, and this is the one thing that I respect the most about him. I have a lot to respect, but this is like one of the big things I respect about him, is that when he is in and he is excited about something, he is fucking in and excited. Just like the Dr. Seuss of the commentary booth, Dickie Wabash. I go balls to the wall on stuff, and so does Clayton. And I think that's why he and I jive well. There is an alternate history where it's Clark Bash and not Mad Bash. And that's no discredit on you, but what I'm saying is that the chemistry that you and I have, me and Clayton have a very similar chemistry. So, yeah, man, this Christmas special is going to be a lot of fun. We've had a few bumps in the road already with some plans that weren't going to fall through. We had some cancellations, but we're able to rebound off of it, and I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be real good.
Then we got the new movie coming out as well.
The Coal Miner's Glove?
No. Mad Bash presents Chicken Wars.
Oh, that. Yeah, I don't know if you want to consider that a movie or not, but yeah, that definitely
We're just going to rip off Civil War, bro.
Yeah.
You're Spider-Man. I hope you
this
can
is
swing
essentially
from a rope.
Yeah. Madrox, I don't feel so good. This pretty much is the Mad Bash Civil War, brother. We've reached the point where we're in a Mad Bash Civil War over fucking boneless wings. And I think it's hilarious. But anyways, yeah, so we're going to be getting together to record that. And then we're going to be getting together with, we're not booked on the show, but Clayton is. We're going to be going to cheer him on at Signal 10. And then that
Silva.
And Silva's on the show. I'm sorry, Jay. I slipped my mind.
Davis on the show?
I don't think so. He'll probably be with us though. I would assume. But that is also New Year's Eve weekend. Then we got a little New Year's Eve party planned for the boys.
Do we?
Oh yeah, you weren't in on that conversation.
No, I missed that one.
Yeah, we're having a
surprise.
Yeah, because on New Year's Eve, we're planning on going to see Iron Claw.
Ah.
Yeah. And then from that, we're just going to make a long weekend of it and have a little Mad Bash New Year's Eve party, which I'm looking forward to. I think it should be a good time.
I'll be your midnight kiss, Dickie.
I don't know if I want that from you, but...
Wow. Shoot me down, brother.
So as much as I hate this, because I think that by doing this, you really are setting yourself up for failure. I hate this concept, but I also have 5 to 10 minutes of a podcast to fill. So let's get on this subject. What's your New Year's resolution? Whether it be involving personal, professional, Mad Bash Studios, Mad Bash Wrestling, EPW, hybrid,
You know, the
personal,
last time I made a New Year's resolution? When we had to in like middle school.
Yeah, I don't ever really go by New Year's resolutions.
I can't stand the New Year, New Me bullshit.
I hate that too. So then with that being said, let's change it a little bit. What's a goal, something that you want to accomplish next year? This isn't necessarily a resolution like because I think there's a big difference between a resolution, I'm going to do this, and I want to do this.
My goal for next year is basically the success we've had for Mad Bash this year. I want to at least double it.
I think you and I are on the same page there. I don't think that needs to be just a goal specifically to go with.
I don't think it's a goal, it's my mission.
It's just the mission in general. Yeah. By the way, if that sound picks up, my TV is on in the other room and I don't know, but it just got really loud. But I don't think it did. But anyway, yeah, I think that I'm not going to say that that's a bad answer, but that's kind of a cop-out answer in a way, because I feel like that we should always kind of want to grow it, but I accept it as your answer, because I think that should be our goal every year and all year, not just a going into the new year what we want to accomplish.
What I wanted to do in the new year. That's
that's a fair. I know that's a fair answer. I'm not knocking you
all
for
my
it.
chips are in this damn company, sir.
Your chips? Come on, man. Speaking of chips, we got a bunch of Flamin' Hot chips. We've talked about it a little bit. We were supposed to do a taste test for all these Flamin' Hot snacks, and we just never did it. So we've just been
munching on them
left and right. So for me, it's pretty much the same, but I don't know if this is going to be for next year or if this is just an overall goal. But one goal, and I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, but you did Danville Dreamers too. That's not what I mean. I want to direct a full-length feature movie under the Mad Bash Studios banner.
Up for that.
That's what I want to do. And again, Clydesdale and I have talked about it. He's all for that idea as well, because he feels like that he could be good in the director's seat.
We've been talking about this for years now.
We've been talking about this for a very long time. I wrote a script for a found footage comedy movie that was supposed to be filmed in like 2017. No, not 2017, 2019 rather. And it just never happened. And it breaks my heart that it never happened, because it was, I'm not just saying it because it's mine, but it was really good. It was really funny. And ever since then, I've just had that little little
nag in
the back of my head.
This is what I asked you about on the podcast last week, man. Like, other than documentaries, wouldn't you like to do a movie? Because I knew you fucking would.
Yeah, I absolutely do. I don't know if we'll do it next year, but there's another goal that I don't even know if I want to say it, but I just want to I want to put it out there and hope that by me putting it out there that it can make it happen. We've talked about this amongst ourselves. We've talked about this with other people. My goal for next year, this is officially what I'm saying. This is my goal. My overall goal is to make a full-length movie. But my goal for next year, I want to take Mad Bash Wrestling to the next level. I want to host a full-blown Mad Bash Wrestling show. Not a sponsored match on someone else's show, which I'm not knocking that. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that Hybrid has let us do that. I'm thankful that NVW has let us do that EPW has let us do that. Just in general, that can only take you so far, and I feel like that, and we have, plans to maybe team up with other companies in the future to host matches on their cards. But that, again, I want to do a full-blown Mad Bash show. I think that's something that would be really good for us, for our company, for the people that we decide to use. Because honestly, like, if you look at the people that we've labeled quote unquote Mad Bash boys, that's a hell of a card. That's a hell of a card right there with just those guys.
Talent
if we just used those guys, yeah. You could put on a good little 5-match card with those guys, I feel like. I'm not going to sit here and fantasy book what that could be, but
and that's just the people we've announced this year. Like, we still got some secrets in our back pocket.
Yeah, we've still got a few people that we want to dub Mad Bash boys. I use quotations.
They can't see you, Dickie.
I know. I figured they could hear the cadence of my voice as I'm doing it. But yeah, I think that would be something huge for next year, is to try to host a show. So I know we've talked about it a lot. I think it would be fun. I think it would be really cool to try to do. So, which kind of ties into what you had to say too, because I feel like doing something like that would definitely grow our company. Of course, it would double it or whatever. You know, I want to increase it tenfold, but
that's just you.
My overall goal, though, outside of wanting to just do the a feature length movie, and this is another thing that, like, I've had conversations. It's like, my goal is to have an actual studio, not just a spare bedroom in my house. Like, I want a studio where you can have an office, I can have an office, Clydesdale can have an office, Dalton can have an office, whoever can have an office, and they can come hang out. We could have a podcast set and, you know, shit like that. But anyway, that's just, you know, I could go off for another 25-30 minutes about, like, what I want Mad Bash to be. And
let's save that for a future podcast episode.
We could. I also don't want to put too much of that out into the ether, because it's I feel like you're either setting yourself up for a major success or a major failure.
See, guys, listen to this. If you subscribe to the Patreon channel for 6 months straight next year, on the 7th month you will get Mad Bash Dreamers, where we list down our goals.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the way to do it. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I got to cover. Let's carry over from what I talked about on Spot Show, just the thank you to everyone. You know, this is I mean, granted, like I said, we still have to do Big Stupid Popcorn, then we got to do the Christmas special, but this is the last platform in which I get to do it like this, because I'm not going to do this on Big Stupid Popcorn.
No.
You know, it's a sincere thank you to everybody. Thank you to everyone that has backed us on Patreon from day one, and you're still with us. Thank you to everyone who has just backed us on Patreon in general and is still with us. Even thank you to everyone that isn't still with us on Patreon. We still very much appreciate it. Thank you to basically everyone that has supported us in...
If you liked our Facebook page, you liked us on TikTok, if you liked us on Spotify, anything, like, you took the time out of your life to listen to us ramble for an hour, thank you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm not going to go through a list of specifics and because listen to last week's Spot Show, because I pretty much thank everybody. I was like, oh, thank you to so and so and this company and that company and that person and that person and that person. But yeah, man, this is pretty much us signing off for the year. Be looking forward to Big Stupid Popcorn. That's still coming. That's going to be How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And then, you know, next year you have to look forward to a few things. Element OP is coming back. We're going to revamp that and bring that back. Still going to be doing Shit Show. Still going to be doing Big Stupid Popcorn, tweaked a little bit. We're going to make a few changes to Big Stupid Popcorn, but it's still going to be happening.
Everything for the better.
Everything for the better. We've got this chicken battle to now look
Chicken Wars.
to. Chicken Wars 2K24, everybody. Yeah. Let us know who you think would win.
Oh, we got our anniversary coming up next year that you got to look forward to,
Of course. What are we going to do for the anniversary? Legitimately, I have no clue. But
It's got to be bigger than Chicken Wars, man.
it's going to be something special. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to do it. For those of you that are here on the Patreon, thank you so much. For those of you that are hearing this live as our Christmas gift, free live. I said live, but it's recorded, whatever. Hearing it to the public, I should say. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And you have a Happy New Year. Just like Samoa Joe did on the yeah, I think that's it. I think that's pretty much all I got to do. We'll see you guys back next year. We're going to be doing some fun shit.
Later, guys.
A lot of fun shit. So, all right, take it easy. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that stuff.